Okay, sorry guys I can't be with you today, but what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little time revising about density. Okay, so there's a number of things in the density topic. You need to know what area is, you need to know what volume is, you need to know how to work it out, and you need to know your formula triangle. Okay, so let's start off with area. Area is the amount of surface that something has. Okay, and the units for this are centimetres squared or metres squared. Okay, now if you're working out, for example, the area of a square, it's the length by the breadth of it, which is obviously the same for a square. The same for a rectangle as well. Okay, so you measure your length by your breadth of your square. For volume is the amount of space that something takes up. Okay, and that is measured in centimetres cubed or metres cubed. They're the units for that. Okay, now how we usually measure the volume of something is we do what's called displacement. Okay, so to get your density, you need both the mass of something, and that's how much something weighs. So let's write that down there. Mass is the amount of matter. Right over here, sorry. Mass is the amount of matter or stuff something is made of. And it's usually measured in grams or kilograms. Okay, so that's your mass, all right? So how we work out our volume is usually by displacement. So what you have is you have a funny looking vessel like this, looks like a broken teapot. That's called a displacement vessel. Okay, and you have a measuring cylinder, a graduated cylinder here. And this is filled to the brim with water. So you put an object inside the displacement vessel, water pours out into the measuring cylinder, and then you just simply record the volume from that. Okay, so that's how to work out your volume. Okay, how to work out your mass, on the other hand, you use simply a scales or a weighing scales. Okay, and it has a number like that and you get it in grams. Okay, so that's how you work out your mass. Okay, so once you've got the volume of something, you've got the mass of something, you can then calculate your density. So let's go back to our formula triangle here. So do you remember there was a number of sentences we could use to remember what the triangle was? Remember my favourite one was my dog vomited. I'm sure I spelled that wrong, but anyway. Okay, so it's my, D and V. Okay, so mass, density and volume. So if I'm trying to work out my density, I cover the D, and therefore it's going to be your mass divided by my volume. If it was my mass, I'd be covering out the M, and it would be the density multiplied by the volume because they're beside each other. Okay, and then if I was looking for my V, I'd cover the V, and it'd be mass over density, M divided by density there. Okay, so if it helps you to remember, put a multiply by sign here, and you can put a divide sign there if you want, if that's a bit easier to remember. Okay, so for example, if we were told that a rock has a mass of 2 grams and a density of 4, mass and a volume, sorry, I didn't say density, and a volume of 4 centimeters cubed. Okay, what I would have to do to work out my density is divide my mass. So density is equal to M over V. So that is my 2 grams divided by my 4 centimeters cubed. My answer there will be 0.5 grams per centimeters cubed. So that's what my unit is for density, grams per centimeters cubed. Okay, so that is the density topic in a nutshell. So I'd like you to spend a little bit of time going over this video. Then I'm going to ask you to try a little test on it. Okay, it's not a hard test, it'll be an easy test after doing this. Okay.